Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to another edition of The Super. I am Andy Quad, and Skype is the biggest pile of shit on earth. And with me, as always, is Liam Dunn.
You got my name wrong.
You're not a doctor. You have to be a doctor to be called doctor. This isn't a difficult task. You just have to be.
Yes, I'm afraid you are right. I did actually go down to the courthouse, as the Americans would say, today. Not today, but earlier this week. I went down and I was like, I want to change my name to Dr. Dunn. And they said, you can't change it to Doctor. And I said, why not? And they said what you said, Andrew. They said it's a title, not a name. And by law, it sounds like you're trying to impersonate a person of medical profession when it's quite clear you don't have any background in there.
Exactly.
So they wouldn't allow me to be called Dr. Dunn. But I didn't want to come out still being called Liam Dunn. I wanted a new name. I wanted something different. The first name that came to my head, and the first name I wrote down, was Andrew Kwan.
No.
So
You see, I am Andy Quad.
and I am also Andrew Kwan, but because I know it's difficult to understand that there's two Andrew Kwans.
Fucking idiot. No, you're not. I am.
No, by law, I have actually changed my name to Andy Kwan. I am actually legally Andrew Kwan now. So this is the Andrew Kwan and Andrew Kwan show.
I don't like this. Please stop doing it.
Well, if it helps, I know your nickname is Andy, so I'm going with the nickname Drew. Drew Kwan. Because it sounds more regal, more alpha, if you will, to be called
fuck you.
Drew.
I'm alpha. I'm the alpha male.
Hi, my name's Andy. Hi, I'm Drew. There you go.
You're a tard. That's what you are.
I am Andrew Kwan now.
I literally hate you more now than I've ever hated you in my life.
Is that even possible?
But somehow every week it gets stronger. My hate for you just gets stronger and stronger.
Well, either way, I am now Andrew Kwan.
No, you're not. You're a twat.
So we're cousins, and we have the same name.
So what? We're inbred or something? What the fuck's wrong with you?
How does that make us inbred? We haven't had sex with each other. That's weird, Andrew.
You're Andrew.
I am Andrew. Andrewception. Anyway, let's move on. It is, of course, Easter Sunday, or as I like to call it, International Zombie Day.
No, today is not International Zombie Day.
Well, it is, because today is supposed to be the first day that the first ever fictional zombie walked on Earth.
No, wait. It's not Zombie Jesus Day. It's just Easter Day.
Yeah, but what did Jesus do? Sorry, no, Joshua. What did Joshua do?
Came out the ground? No, he came out of a cave or something.
Yeah, but he was killed. Right, let's just look at it, right? Friday, he was crucified. I don't know if that's the worst way to start a weekend or the best, because I've woken up some Saturday mornings thinking, God damn, was I crucified last night? So, I don't know if that's the best start to a weekend or not. But he died on the Friday. Saturday, fuck all happened. Have you noticed nothing's mentioned about Saturday in the Bible? I think all the writers went and got fucking drunk, if in my personal opinion.
It's like Jesus is gone, so I'm gonna get completely pissed out my face. And then he came back, I'm like, shit, he's back.
I'm sorry. Why did it take 2 days for Zombie Christ to rise up again?
He's like the Undertaker.
You know what? I'd pay good money to watch a film called Zombie Christ. I could imagine, honestly, they make Jack and the Giant Killers, or whatever it is. Why not make Zombie Christ?
I don't like what you're saying, and everything you've said in the past 15 minutes has actually pissed me off.
You say that, but
Yes.
I'm not the one who worships a zombie.
I don't worship a zombie.
I find it strange that people have gone to church to worship a zombie.
What? I don't know. I mean, no, Brooks makes a good point in the chat. You're going to be a filmmaker, correct?
I'm not going to be. I am a filmmaker.
whatever.
There's a
You
big
can make
difference.
this film yourself.
I could make it myself, but it costs a lot of money, and quite frankly, I'm lazy. So maybe Andy can do it. Oh my god, we can get Tommy Wiseau to do it!
No.
Oh, hi, Christ. Yes!
Oh, Haggard.
Oh, Haggard. Anyway, how is your sex life? For those who
Haggard.
haven't watched The Room, this is going completely over their heads.
Yeah, if you've not seen The Room, what the fuck's wrong with you? And can we just go on with this now?
Right. Anyway, yes, before we get into it, I need to just sort of clarify something. Next week, next Sunday, is, of course, WrestleMania.
Yes.
I'm not sure if anyone here is actually excited for it. But, either way, the Supla is not going to have a show next Sunday. We're not doing WrestleMania because in America and the VOC Nation version, the show will clash with WrestleMania and it'll just be it'll be a lot of work for no listeners, essentially. So we're not doing a show next Sunday. For those who listen live, we're not doing a show next Sunday. But for many of the Supla veterans out there who've stuck with us for a number of years, you know that the last show we do before WrestleMania is usually our preview show. We talk about what we're seeing at WrestleMania, the build, our results, our predictions, all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
However, we've been talking about WrestleMania 29 since about the summer when The Rock decided, hey, I'm going to challenge for the WWE title at Royal Rumble. We all thought, here we go, Rock versus Cena 2. So we're not doing the preview of WrestleMania 29 this year. We've decided against it. We're also not doing a news show because, quite frankly, besides Reed Flair's death, there's not much going on.
Yeah,
and
I mean, that's sad. And
it's sad, but it puts a downer on the show, and I want to keep it quite upbeat. You know, the whole point of today is a zombie rising from death, beating death. So if a zombie can do it, maybe Reed Flair can. So let's just move along there.
Wow! What the fuck did you just say? He's been dead 2 days, Liam. 2 days.
He's Jesus.
Not Jesus.
He will rise again.
No. Just because he died on Good Friday does not mean that he is Jesus.
He is a wrestling god. JBL, move over.
No, please don't.
Right. So we've decided against that, and I've already spoken to some of the guys in the live stream chat about this. But on this week's show, we're deciding to do something a little different.
Yeah.
We're going to talk. Me and Andy are going to talk. Because no one cares about the live stream, guys. We're going to talk about our favourite WrestleManias and our least favourite WrestleManias. And see if we can drag that out for another, 50 minutes.
Can we actually talk about the card as well?
So, yeah, there's been 28 different WrestleManias. However,
Sadly.
I want to narrow that down a little bit because we could be here for a while.
And I wasn't born when half of them were happening. So
well, this is what I was going to say. I want to talk about the WrestleManias, Andrew, that you were actually a fan for. I don't want you to say, oh, my favourite WrestleMania is WrestleMania 3 because they play that clip over and over and over again. I don't want you to say that.
Also, I would have been a sperm, so that probably wouldn't be a thing.
So I just want you to talk about the ones that you were a fan for.
Well, I was a fan from 17 to now.
Right, so that's it. 17 is the earliest we can go.
Yeah, well, I was a fan around the time of WrestleMania 2000, but I didn't watch it, so...
Well, we can count WrestleMania 2000 if you want.
Okay, fine.
So, from WrestleMania 2000, which for the easily confused is WrestleMania 16. Just saying.
There hasn't been 2,000 WrestleManias.
God, could you imagine? Rock versus Cena, round 956.
956 times in a lifetime. I can't want to talk about this card so fucking bad. It's fucking awful.
Well, we might get round to it. I mean, I think
that would be the worst one.
I think we can compare the past WrestleManias to the one we've got this year and explain why this year's been so bad in terms of build. But, Andrew.
Yes.
Let's start off on a positive note.
Okay.
What has been your personal favourite WrestleMania? And explain why. The matches, the build, all that sort of stuff. What was the best WrestleMania you've ever experienced?
I don't want to be that guy and say 70 because that's been said to death. So I'm going to say a different 90
Ah, Andrew, yes, finally.
because that event was brilliant because it had The Rock and Austin, it had McMahon and Hogan, which was surprisingly good. It had Michaels and Jericho, which was awesome.
Can we slow down a little bit and just sort of talk a little bit about these matches? You're going a bit too fast here.
I know, I'm sorry, but I mean, it had really good matches with like Rock and Austin, and the feud with Jericho and Michaels was brilliant because it was like Jericho was always emulating Shawn Michaels, and then you've got like The Rock and Austin, where The Rock is like, I've got to beat Austin, and then you've got like McMahon.
Well, The Rock
and
versus
Hogan.
Austin. The Rock versus Austin was a really good match because it's kind of like the reverse of what they've done with Rock and Cena. This is what I mean by like how I'm trying to link it in with today's WrestleMania. They did a reverse Austin. They did a reverse Cena Rock. Because going into WrestleMania 19, Rock and Cena, fuck me, senseless. Rock and Austin.
I
Rock.
won't fuck you, senseless. Stop.
Well, I know someone who would. AJ, if you're listening, give me a call. Yeah. She probably doesn't listen. Anyway, moving swiftly on there. Rock and Austin was interesting because they fought twice at WrestleMania beforehand. Yeah. WrestleMania 15 and WrestleMania 17, which is Andy's obvious favourite, but he doesn't want to mention it being his favourite. But what was interesting is that those two matches were for the WWE title, and then the third one was purely for the sort of honour sort of thing. Like, Rock had never beaten Austin, and he really wanted to beat him finally. And this is what I mean. It was a reverse Rock and Cena because it was sort of Rock and Cena going into WrestleMania 28 was, I got to win this match, my honour, my pride's on the line. And then WrestleMania 29, it's the title. So it's sort of a swap over. But for me, and I was actually going to list WrestleMania 19 as my favourite, but I'll mention a different one when it comes to me. But for me, WrestleMania 19 is very special because I had just got into pro wrestling just before WrestleMania 18. Literally just a few months.
Sad time to get back into it.
Well,
into it in general.
well, you know what I mean. But WrestleMania 19 was the first Mania that I really watched. I didn't watch WrestleMania 18, not live anyway. So WrestleMania 19 was really special for me because the whole of 2002, you had Stone Cold quit. The Rock was basically walking off whenever he wanted to go make movies. And I never thought at all that I would ever see a new Rock versus Austin match. I thought I'd have those matches that I would have watched years ago from WrestleMania 15 and 17 and some of the ones that they had that weren't at WrestleMania. I never thought I'd see a brand new one and see the build and the rivalry myself. So when WrestleMania 19 came round and they started building for it, I have never marked out, even today, I have never marked out as much as I did for that match because I never thought I'd witness it. And what makes it... Sorry, what were you going to say?
You know what the good thing about those matches were? There was a 2-year gap between every single one when you think about it, because you had, what was it? 16, was it?
15.
No, 15, yeah. 15, 17,
and 19.
So you had a 2-year gap between all of them. Not fucking straight after each other, because you just get sick of it.
Exactly.
Oh, wait a minute, they're doing that this year. My bad.
And it felt like, and the difference I found, I can kind of see it with Rock and Cena. The whole, Cena's got to win because he needs the redemption, and that's what Rock did. But the difference was that the first two matches were for the title.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then, I don't know, I just don't feel like this one's as special. And you're right, they've done it too quickly. They should have had another year. If you were going to do twice in a lifetime, Vince, you should have left it another year. Because I think we can all admit, when we heard that Rock was going to challenge for the title at Royal Rumble, we all knew Rock versus Cena 2.
Yeah. And I think it would have been better. This is the one time you need a swerve. Where you're just like, oh, wait, it's going to be Rock versus Punk. Or Rock versus I don't know, fucking someone else,
No, I
anything
definitely
else.
I agree. And they did the Rock and Austin match. I just thought that match was brilliant. Not just because I'm a Austin fan, but the other thing is that was Austin's last match.
Yeah, that was it.
You know, and they didn't. What I really liked about it as well is that they didn't do the big whole. No offense to Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair, but they didn't do the whole big hoo ha. Because for some people who might not know some of the backstory behind why that was Austin's last match, but the guy basically nearly died the night before.
Yeah, he suffered a heart attack.
Yeah, he suffered a heart attack before WrestleMania 19, and he still
And like a
went out and
boss,
did the
he goes
damn
out. Yeah,
match.
he's a boss. The
That
guy
is
is a god.
that
I
is
mean,
a
just like,
bamf
I
to
don't
the
give a shit.
max.
Austin 316 says no heart attack can kill me.
He-
Oh, you want me to go out? Yeah, fuck it, I'll go out and wrestle. What the fuck was he doing?
And that to me, like, they never even mentioned the heart attack. They never said that he just got out of the hospital that morning. They never mentioned it. Austin never made a big deal about it. And he lost to The Rock. He jobbed, not in a shit way, but he did do the job. And it was a great way to go out. Austin was still kind of in his prime. It was definitely the tail end of his career for obvious reasons, but it was just fantastic.
It was.
But there's the other match that I personally think stole the show, along with
Michaels
the
and,
Rock versus Austin match.
Michaels and Jericho.
Michaels and Jericho.
That is my favourite match of all time.
What
Like,
a match!
brilliant. Just there's everything about that. But the story was good. I mean, when you look at like the fucking Michaels and Jericho, like all the feuds they've had, every fucking feud they have is great. Every match they have is great. It's just fucking gold, and this was brilliant.
I think
I think this was one of the first ones though.
this was the first one because the whole build to this match that they had at WrestleMania 19 was the fact that Jericho was told he admitted that Shawn Michaels was one of his inspirations, and everyone in his career while he was building the ranks, everyone compared him to Shawn Michaels, and eventually he was just like, I don't want to be the next Shawn Michaels, I want to be the first Chris Jericho, and that's why he attacked Michaels, and it made sense. You know, it was a story that made sense. He was, although he was inspired by Shawn Michaels, he didn't want to be Shawn Michaels. He wanted to be himself, and it made sense for that.
And I mean, another thing you want to mention would be Angle and Brock Lesnar. Like, okay, yes, Brock Lesnar did do the shooting star headbutt to the mat,
What a way to put it.
but that match was actually good.
Well,
And I think,
you can, if you watch the end of that match, just look at Lesnar's face. He genuinely, you can. I just wish there was a way to put in those cartoon birds flying around his head, because he concussed himself and he just did not know where he was. He didn't know what was going on.
oh, I bet he thought he was back in the NCAA. And he's just like, yeah, I'm gonna go to WWE now, or I'm back at Mama and Papa Lesnar's house, and I'm gonna have some fucking pie or something like that.
This farm
Well,
looks different.
wow, I thought this was fucking. I don't know. Fuck, I don't care.
Well, that was a bad joke.
Look, I'm tired. Okay, I'm hungover. I went out last night because that was a shit idea.
Well, whose idea was that?
Not
Exactly.
mine.
But on top of that, Kurt Angle also broke his neck. I think he broke his neck, didn't he?
He fucked up. He did fuck up his neck, or he suffered a concussion. Both. Knowing him.
Well, he got injured and he was out for a couple of months afterwards.
Oh yeah, he did get. I think he had to have neck surgery after that match. So yeah, I don't think he broke it. I think I think it was fucked anyway before, and the match
Well,
didn't help.
Yeah, either way, it was one crazy ass match. It was probably the most injury ridden main event that WrestleMania's ever had.
Oh yeah, that match. I swear to Christ. Like, I mean, like when he fell on his face, you're just like, how can they save this match? And Brock Lesnar, with one brain cell left, somehow finished the match.
And this is the thing,
And why?
right? We have to put it in perspective, because in today's WWE, as they should, if you get a concussion, you take a week off, or you take several weeks off, depending how bad the concussion is. We're talking about pre-wellness policy here, right? Where if you had a concussion, you were still expected to wrestle the next night.
Oh yeah.
Brock Lesnar got a concussion so bad that even before the wellness policy, the doctors said no, he can't compete for a week.
Yeah, I mean, if you go back and watch it, remember that guy in TNA, the British guy,
Magnus.
not Magnus, Mark Haskins. He
Oh, I
did a
don't
shooting star press at one of the England shows a couple of years ago, and he did the exact same thing
Jeez.
and just fell on his fucking face. It's just like, if you can't do the fucking move, don't do the fucking move.
Well, you say that, but I did find footage of Brock Lesnar in OVW, and he did do a shooting star press, and he actually managed to do it.
Yeah,
But
well, I mean,
he obviously choked on at WrestleMania.
if you're really nervous, just do a big splash or something. Don't do a fucking, I don't know, shooting star press.
But I find it funny that on WWE television, excluding his OVW run, on WWE television, Brock Lesnar has only ever done the shooting star press once, and he botched it. THQ's idea, let's make it a finisher.
Yeah, it's still a finisher in WWE 13, I think. You're like, what the fuck? He couldn't even do it right.
He tried it
How the
once and he
fuck
failed. Why is it his finisher?
By the way, I think 2K Games officially taken over WWE 13.
They have actually, just off topic slightly, but they have recently re-released WWE 13 under the 2K Games banner.
Does that mean they fixed anything? 'Cause if they
Probably
fixed
not.
Fuck's sake. Why are they bringing out... their Facebook page is like, WWE 13, Live the Revolution. So you're not even going to change it? You're not going to do anything else? Dicks.
Right. Anyway, any other matches from that WrestleMania that deserves to be mentioned? I don't know, if you're in the chat and you're interested in getting involved in our WrestleMania talk, let us know if there's any WrestleManias and WrestleMania matches specifically that are interesting. But of course, we should probably just mention some of the other matches that were on the card. We had Triple H versus Booker T for the world title, Matt Hardy versus Rey Mysterio for the cruiserweight title.
That was good.
I can't remember what other matches there were. Oh, there was the
Like,
tag team match. I think it was a triple threat.
Four-way tag team match.
Yeah, there was that. So, yeah, it was a very good card. I think, in all honesty, the worst for me was Hogan versus Vince, but that's just because it was two old guys.
Well, it was surprisingly good though for two old guys.
I think what made it good was the build. In all honesty, they built that really well.
Vince McMahon jumped off a ladder, for fuck's sake.
And they did build it as 20 years in the making, and they sort of...
Vince McMahon jumped off a ladder. Vince McMahon jumped off a ladder. Vince McMahon
All right,
jumped off a ladder.
and McMahon jumped off the ladder. But they did build it. They did break a bit of kayfabe, saying that Hogan did testify against McMahon and the steroid scandal of the early 90s and all that sort of stuff. And they used it for this feud, and it paid off. It wasn't the best match, but there's been a hell of a lot worse at WrestleMania, believe me.
Oh, yes.
Right. WrestleMania 19 was going to be the one that I was going to say, but of course Andy had to go and take it. So I'm going to say my other one. This is probably my second favourite WrestleMania that I've ever seen. WrestleMania 22. What? Why? Why? Okay, give me a reason why you're making that noise.
Really? I mean, I don't think it was that good.
Why?
Everyone's having a go at me now in the chat. Fuck off.
Come on, Foley versus Edge.
Yeah, but that's
Michaels
all
versus
anyone ever
McMahon.
remembers.
Sorry, Michaels versus McMahon blew Hogan and McMahon out of the water. Completely decimated it. Was it perfect? No, because for some reason they had the Playboy Bunny match before the main event. Why? I don't know. But as Veyron says, Mickey versus Trish. What happened to that women's wrestling? That was a hell of a build for the championship. Not these sort of, let's have a 10 diva battle royal. No, okay? No. Let's just have an actual feud for once.
Mm,
Even
I
Cena
just
versus Triple H was a good match. I'm sorry. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Ain't nobody scared.
I am. I mean, 21 was good because it had like the one before it was much better. It had the okay, it was a lesbian angle. Get over it. Jesus, right? 21 was better because it had Michaels and Angle. It had the Money in the Bank ladder match, the first one. It created two new stars in Batista and Cena.
Oh yeah, because that's
Uh,
why it was a great freaking WrestleMania. They made Cena the big star.
yeah, but that's when he first started. Shut up, damn it. They had fucking other things that I forget.
No, don't get me wrong. WrestleMania 21 was good. I just thought 22 was better.
I don't know.
It wasn't perfect, but I even liked the triple threat match, Angle, Mysterio. I mean, they gave Mysterio the belt simply because Eddie died a few months before. No offense to Eddie. I know freaking everyone bums the shit out of him, but let's just move on. But,
Well, that'd be weird because that'd be like necrophilia. So,
well, Kane's into that apparently, so let's move along.
okay, yes, we better move along.
But I thought, for me, when I think of WrestleMania 22, I think of it as it was almost a sort of the big send off for the Attitude Era. Not
Why?
necessarily with the stars, but the two hardcore matches that were pretty damn hardcore for WWE standard. They were pretty impressive.
Oh yeah, the casket match with Mark
Okay, let's
Henry and
let's ignore that match. That match never happened on this card. Okay,
no,
I
it
have
did.
I have the
That
right to
happened.
erase one match. Okay.
Then again, on mine had Booker T and Triple H. That was horrible.
Exactly. But I
So,
think, for me, it felt like the final send off for it. It felt they had the street fight, they had the hardcore match, and even Triple H jobbing to Cena in the main event sort of was okay. Triple H stuck around for a lot longer than expected, but it did feel a little bit like passing the torch, really sort of solidifying Cena as the next main star because. I mean, he'd beaten Angle and Michaels, but Triple H has that notorious attitude to always bury everyone he gets a chance to. Like you look at what he did to Wade Barrett a couple of weeks back,
go back.
buried, buried.
Scott Steiner.
So I think to me, I see that as the main transition of the Attitude Era, and I know people, smarks out there were like, oh, the Attitude Era ended in 1996. Well, that didn't even start until then. But you know what I mean? They're like, oh, the Attitude Era was only one night and then it got crap because of the PG era. Because I love it. Anyway, I'm going off topic. But for me,
Oh God, Ashton Arrogant, cheers.
yeah, it felt to me like it was the real transition from, okay, this is the end of the Attitude Era. We're going in a new direction. But this is the last night. This is the big send-off.
Don't know about that.
Maybe it's just me. I mean, let's think about it. Going back to Mickey and Trish, because nobody will shut the hell up about it.
Because they're like boobs,
Lesbians, right?
vagina, lesbians.
They've not done really a lesbian angle since.
No, that's also true.
That's what I mean. It felt like the final send off of the Attitude Era for me.
Do you want to talk about worst?
Let's talk about worst, and I think we all know what the worst one is. The first worst one we're going to talk about is.
This year.
Well, no, you can't use this year.
Why? It's fucking awful.
All right, explain briefly. Because we've done it. I didn't want to talk about this year because we've explained millions of times why this year's WrestleMania sucks.
Poor booking. This is the worst booked WrestleMania probably ever. Like, ever. But you want to know which one was really, really bad?
Which one besides this one is really, really bad? That's what I'm asking.
WrestleMania 27.
27 indeed, I completely agree.
This was horrible.
Right, shall we explain from top to bottom why this was just awful?
God, yes. So, guess what started this event?
It was a Rock promo.
Yeah! Hooray! 'Cause that's how I want every event to start.
But it wasn't just a Rock promo, because people love Rock's promos. They love them. This was one of the worst, and I mean the worst, Rock promos I have ever watched. He didn't
he
seem
say
like he
again?
knew what he was doing. He didn't know what he was saying. He didn't know where to go. It was just awkward, and it was a strange way to start the show. I can
He
understand.
also got a bunch of guys to, like, basically pretend that they're giving head and using their tongue.
I can understand he's the host of WrestleMania, but
Yeah.
it felt for me, and I was going to rate this as my worst one as well. Why we have such similar tastes, I don't know. But
I'm
for
not
me,
sure.
I think the reason why I felt this was such a bad WrestleMania was because it didn't feel like a WrestleMania. It felt like a crappy little. It felt like Extreme Rules, or not even something like that, but it felt like Over the Limit, but plastered WrestleMania's name on it. And I'll
Oh,
tell you
yeah.
why it
I
felt
mean,
like that. Because it felt like it was a filler WrestleMania. Because they knew they were going to build to the Rock versus Cena at WrestleMania 28. But hang on, we've still got WrestleMania 27 to go through. Oh, well, let's just use that to build WrestleMania 28. Brilliant. So you've made me fork out God knows how much money to watch a build for next year's show.
Yeah.
That's what
That,
felt wrong to me.
I think as well, what you need to remember is this entire event, the crowd was shit.
The crowd was
Fucking
dead.
event.
Absolutely dead.
The Georgia Dome, I'm sorry, but fucking hell, what a shit fucking crowd. I mean, this crowd used to have WCW on a semi-regular basis, and the fucking crowd was just dead.
It sounds like those guys just want something on a pole match. If there was something on a pole, they'd have cheered.
We want Goldberg. Well, Goldberg won't wrestle anymore.
Goldberg,
Boo!
Goldberg on a pole match.
The first one to retrieve Goldberg wins. Ryback wins. This entire event was bad. I mean, you had this 8-man tag team match with the Core. Remember the Core? I
No.
don't. I'm looking up on Wikipedia. And that match went for precisely 1 minute and 34 seconds.
I thought it was shorter, to be honest.
Well, it probably felt like that. And it had Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler.
Oh my god, why did this match exist?
And it was like a dusty finish as well. So, like, Michael Cole won.
Yeah, it was
Tyler
like
did-
Jerry Lawler got disqualified, but Austin didn't call it, so another referee called it. And this is the other thing, just going off topic slightly here. WWE's referees never have any consistency. Have you noticed that? It's like,
Abs-
no, have you noticed if the heel wins with cheating, they play it on the Titantron over and over again. Referee just sits there twiddling his thumbs and probably other things. But when honest to God,
Oh, I'm not looking at the big screen.
when the babyface wins through an illegal mean, like for some reason the heel's foot is on the rope, and the babyface wins, the referee will count it, and then they'll play it on the Titantron, and the referee's like, "I'm starting the match over again." It's like, wait, so you have the power to start matches over again? Why do you let the heels run off with the illegal win, and the babyfaces always have to redo the match?
Yeah.
But anyway,
Stupid. And the
that's a
chat
completely
said
different
that
topic.
it was Edge's last match as well, and it was first. Brilliant.
Oh yeah, right. This is brilliant WWE logic here, right? Okay, let's just put this into perspective.
They knew he was going to retire as well, so they just put him on first.
Yeah,
No,
but
I don't know.
no, it's not
Not
that.
in
It's
the same place where John Morrison in that Snooki match was. No, of course not.
no, because that was just before the main event, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Just
Brilliant,
like,
because
fuck
we
off.
want to see Snooki in one of the last matches of WrestleMania. Brilliant WWE. But this is the other thing about WrestleMania 27, right? Before that, the Royal Rumble. We had the Royal Rumble, and it was marketed as the biggest Royal Rumble ever. 40 men. They've never done it again. 40
Because
men.
it was shit.
Yeah, 40 men entering the ring. Alberto Del Rio wins it, so he wins the Rumble. He's listed as the number one contender, and this is when they were still doing the sort of, yeah, we kind of had to have a brand extension, but we kind of don't as well. So he was automatically qualified for the world title.
Yeah.
They put that match on first. I'm sorry, isn't the whole point of of the Royal Rumble to say you get the main event of WrestleMania for the title? What happened to that rule? It's like WrestleMania 28. They did the same thing.
This is the only year they've actually gone through with the main event thing.
Whoa,
And
hang on. Whoa, hang on. You're jumping the gun here. Still wouldn't surprise me if they go Rock versus Cena first.
No, are you out of your mind?
But this is what I mean. It's just, it's stupid.
This card makes me so angry. Just looking at it makes me angry.
There was only 2 championship matches at WrestleMania 27. Right? The World Heavyweight Championship, which opened the show, and the WWE Championship that closed the show. The WWE Championship originally ended in what I believe was a DQ.
Yes.
Because that's how we want a main event WrestleMania match to go.
The Rock came out, didn't he? In Rock Bottom.
The Rock came out and screwed John Cena. Like I said, building to WrestleMania 28.
I'm looking at the stage as well. It is so shit. They literally just got a giant screen and then just stuck WrestleMania above it, and that's pretty much it. They didn't give a wank about this fucking event,
They did not care about this event. This is what I mean. It felt like a filler. It felt like they were just going, right, we're just going to wait till WrestleMania 28. Was WrestleMania 28 perfect? By God, no, it wasn't. But it was better than WrestleMania 27.
Well, you say that, but another terrible event was WrestleMania 26.
You've already had your go.
Damn it.
So I'll explain mine. Another terrible event was WrestleMania 26.
You're a dickhead, I hate you.
But, yeah, Andy, explain what about that event, why it was so terrible.
This is another event where the stage looks like balls. Like, what the fuck were they thinking? Like, it looks like the most hideous thing ever, and it's like, we're kind of outdoors, so we need to stick a fucking pyramid in the middle, even though, it's not really outdoors. Stupid event. So we had the death of Legacy.
Oh, yeah, that triple threat match.
Yeah, we had Triple H burying Sheamus forever.
Wait, no, Sheamus won. Didn't he?
No. Triple H defeated Sheamus.
Did he?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You had Bret Hart versus Mr. McMahon.
Oh God Almighty! Why?
The only thing that was good was Undertaker and Shawn Michaels for the streak versus career match.
And even that wasn't better. That wasn't as good as their match the year before.
No.
But the thing is, when I think of WrestleMania 26, I only think of the Michaels Undertaker match. There's nothing else that sticks out in my head in terms of what happened. Like I only remember Jericho and Edge for the world title. I don't remember much else.
Yeah, it was just pointless. It was completely pointless.
Oh, Cena versus Batista, which was always billed as being one of the dream matches, finally happened, and it was just no one cared.
Yeah.
It was.
Batista's a heel was good, but the fucking match was horrible.
It was. And I was going to say another terrible event, personally, was WrestleMania 25, which I know had the infamous...
Oh, yeah.
But that match was... The only match in WrestleMania 25 was Michaels versus Taker.
Yeah, I'm going to look at the card now, because I don't fucking remember a single match besides that one.
25, 26, 27. Three
Oh, yeah,
terrible...
this was the one where it's like, this is the 25th anniversary.
Despite it not
sense.
actually being the 25th anniversary.
Yeah, stupid. Oh, this had Kid Rock.
Oh, was this a Kid Rock
God.
one? Oh.
Oh, this had Matt versus Jeff. Oh, God.
The main event. Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Oh, my God. This was... Okay, this is the worst one. Fuck me, this was awful.
We've had... Have you noticed? WrestleMania 25, WrestleMania 26, WrestleMania 27. 3 awful events in a row.
Yeah, and that match was 23 minutes long. Second longest match on the entire card. It was so boring. Like fucking, it was what a fucking terrible match. And fucking terrible ending. You got Triple H with the belt going, I'm the good.
I'm sorry.
And like,
I've got to agree with the chat here. We're missing the elephant in the room. Santina.
uh,
Santina.
uh,
How did
uh,
we not talk about this beforehand?
uh, what is this shit? No. Oh God. Like it had. Yeah. There was one other thing it had really well. It had all the legends
Oh yeah,
in a match, and all the legends were shit besides from Piper. No, no, all the legends were shit. So Piper couldn't
Steamboat.
do anything.
No, except
Snook,
Steamboat.
yeah, Steamboat was fucking incredible in that match. It was just like the guy is 905, but can still have an awesome match. To the point where I think at the Backlash right after, he had a match with Jericho again. And just like the best thing ever.
Yeah. It was. I just can't believe 3 years in a row we had terrible, terrible matches. Not matches, events. Yes, I'll admit, a few of them, they did have their shining moments. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. Even WrestleMania 27 had a special moment because it was Edge's last match.
Yeah.
But that does not excuse them for the poor quality of the past, I'd say, 4 in a way, because even WrestleMania 28, which by far, in my opinion, is one of the better WrestleManias in years. I'm not saying it's the best by any means, but I'm saying it's one. When you compare it to 25, 26, and 27, it definitely is up there in terms of actually, yeah, that's pretty good compared to the rest. Okay? But what I'm saying is I feel like when I watched WrestleMania 19, I was excited for it. I watched the event, I came out still excited, buzzing. Even WrestleMania 20, I went in excited, came out buzzing. WrestleMania 27, I just didn't give a damn. I did not give a shit. Couldn't care less.
The last one I felt like that would be WrestleMania 24.
24 was okay. I don't think it's as good as everybody says it is.
Well, that's the best one they put on in the past, like in the recent memory, because it's just like
Yeah, I
I
kind of agree.
it's,
I kind of agree with you, and I kind of don't.
right. Yeah, you want
The
too
Flair
bad.
Michaels match, yes, I agree with. The thing that ruined it for me, and it always ruins a WrestleMania for me, is when they put a celebrity in a match. It was Floyd Mayweather. Yeah, okay, he's a boxer. I get it. He probably can do more things than what Snooki can do. I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying for WrestleMania to watch a boxer take on a wrestler. I'm sorry, I'm not. If I wanted to watch Floyd Mayweather in a fight, I'd watch boxing.
Well, I think as well though, I have like OCD when it comes to the stage and shit and what it actually looks like. The stage for that event looked nice.
WrestleMania 24. Yeah, that's the one in Orlando, wasn't it?
Yeah. That
See,
stage looked nice.
for me personally, I've just not felt. I've enjoyed WrestleManias, but I've never felt like I've never come out of it going, that was absolutely incredible since about WrestleMania 22. 23, no, not really. They had Donald Trump, for starters, in one of the most overhyped matches I can imagine. 24, okay, the Flair Michaels match, yeah, but there's not much else on that card that really sticks out in my mind. Kane beat Chavo Guerrero in 8 seconds for the ECW title, for Christ's sakes. Then
Oh yeah.
you have WrestleMania 25, awful. 26, few shining moments, but again, awful. 27, the worst of the worst. 28, okay, Rock versus Cena I was really excited for that, but all the other matches on the
Punk
card.
was really good.
The WrestleMania 28, the only other the match that I cared about was Punk versus Jericho.
Yeah, that was fucking incredible.
I
And
didn't
the
even
crowd
care.
didn't care. Just fucking.
I didn't even
dickheads.
care
Like,
for the Hell in a Cell
Go
match.
fuck yourself.
I did not
Huh?
even care. I didn't care for the Hell in a Cell match. And I think
Oh,
we mentioned last year that I
The
found
Hell in a
that.
Cell got its own entrance.
Well, I think I mentioned last year that I thought the story for that Hell in a Cell was really good, But in terms of it being an actual match, no, I didn't.
No, he just laid around for fucking forever.
They laid around forever and barely used the cell. So it was like, what's the point of even having it?
Yeah, it was a glorified Extreme Rules match.
It was. So WrestleMania 28, to me, WrestleMania 28 is probably one of the better WrestleManias I've seen since 22, but it's not the best.
No.
But in comparison to 24 to 28, 28 stands out as being the one that was better. This year, though, god damn, this is WrestleMania 27 level.
No, this is 25 level. Just why the fuck is this a thing? Like, I mean, why the fuck is Brodus Clay and Tensai and the Funkadactyls in a match? Why is Fandango in a match?
Why
He's
is
not
Fandango
going
having
to be
his...
around.
Why?
He won't
I'm
be
sorry.
around in 2 months.
Why
Why
is
is it-
Fandango having his debut at WrestleMania?
Exactly, it's fucking stupid. It's beyond dumb. What a waste of Chris Jericho. And like,
I know.
why?
Oh my god, what a goddamn waste of a talent.
Yeah, and like Wade Barrett and Miz. The Miz is the worst face. No, wait, Alberto Del Rio. No, wait, the Miz. Wait, no, Alberto Del Rio. God, this fucking card is awful. It's just what? the
Ryback
fuck?
versus Mark Henry.
Why is that a thing?
Why?
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 Kane and Daniel Bryan against Dolph Ziggler and Big E Langston. Why? Triple H versus Brock Lesnar. Why?
The Shield versus Sheamus, Orton, and Big Show.
Why?
Just
The Big Show's a heel.
why in general?
Just this event is absolutely diabolically bad. This has been, what, 5 years of shit WrestleManias, and they just think they can just keep getting away with it. And now they've churned out this piece of shit. Do not order this event. I fucking beg you. Get your friends, your family, your neighbor not to order this event. It is fucking terrible. Do not order this event.
And if you are dumb enough, to fork over $70 for it in high definition,
You're a twat.
you may honestly. I'm going to be honest. If you actually sat there considering, I'm going to spend $70 on getting high definition WrestleMania, I swear to you now, go outside, just wave your wallet in the air, go to a local park where there's youths with knives, and just go, I've got a shitload of money. I've got a shitload of money. Look at me, more money than sense. Because it would be worth more of a stabbing than to see WrestleMania 29.
I think if you pay $70 for this,
You
need
deserve
to
the
get your
stabbing.
head- you need to get your head tested. Just no. This event is dumb. The Undertaker shouldn't be in a match. He's on 20-0. No, just stop. Stop. WrestleMania, end yourself.
The only thing about the Undertaker CM Punk match that I can think of is that Undertaker has been confirmed to be in the European tour.
Why? He's fat.
I don't know. I mean, this is Taker logic, right? This is Mark Calloway logic, right? WrestleMania 27, WrestleMania 28, perfect, healthy, comes back for 1 month, has a match, goes away automatically. WrestleMania 29, beat up, injured, needs a hip replacement or whatever it was, but he's hurt. I'm going to stick around for an extra month after WrestleMania and go on tour overseas. Brilliant.
Why doesn't he just give it up? I don't get it. If he wants to still wrestle, fine. Try start a new streak at SummerSlam or something. I don't fucking know. Don't just leave this one alone.
I just 21-0. And the thing is, what's annoyed me about the streak now is that WWE has made it a thing. Because they've made it a thing.
It's higher than any belt.
Yeah, because they've made it a thing. You just know that every WrestleMania, oh, The Undertaker's going to defend his streak. Oh, you know, this is going to be The Undertaker winning a match. Yeah, we know at WrestleMania's Undertaker wins. We know now.
But if there's ever a fucking person that needs to win, and the only person right now in WWE that could beat the Undertaker and actually mean something would be CM Punk.
You say that, but I thought you hated CM Punk.
If he beats him, I'll fucking care again.
I just think that ever since
No,
WWE,
not go.
I just think ever since WWE made this a thing, made this Undertaker's selling point, and made it the center of his storylines, I've just come out just thinking, I know what the outcome is, and you want me to pay $70 for something that I know is going to happen. I know
You know
Cena's
what?
going to win. I know Triple
have
H
to
is going to win.
decide.
I know Undertaker's going to win. The rest,
like-
I don't even care about, to be fair.
This is predictable as shit. And you know what's gonna happen with the Undertaker? Somebody in the chat, which I can't read their name because it's in like the worst fucking font color I've ever seen in my life.
Lion Boy.
Okay, it's like 25-0 is awful. Why? Because he's gonna have to wrestle for another 4 more years. He looks so old. He is fat. He needs a hip replacement. He is fucking injured still from last year. Why in the fuck is he still doing this?
There's just no.
Why can't he be an agent now or something? Just fuck off.
I can't see any redeeming factor of this WrestleMania because I know the outcomes of their 3 big matches.
Yeah, so what's the point?
What's the point? What's the point of forking over $70 for the 3 endings that I know I'm going to get? We know Cena's going to win. We know Triple H is going to win. We know Undertaker's going to win. We've heard Jack Swagger's going to win. The rest, I don't care. I have it on good authority, though, that I am 90% sure Shield is going to lose.
Well, yeah, I mean, every fucking tag match they've ever had with a new bad guy stable lose in 2 minutes. It's just like, what the fuck is the point of having a stable?
I can't see any redeeming factor of this WrestleMania.
This WrestleMania is the worst thing in history. 3 guys' careers will die.
Well,
The Undertaker
3 part-timers are going to be made to look amazing.
Yeah. Fucking... They're not going to win. They had their victory at TLC. They're not going to win at WrestleMania, are they? I sound like a schizophrenic. I'm looking at the chat. This event is fucking terrible. This entire event has been booked into the last fucking minute, and you can tell because there's matches here that just don't make sense. So Damien Sandow and Cody Rhodes fucking split up as a tag team, but now they're gonna fucking team up at WrestleMania.
Seems legit.
What are they doing? It's so bad. I don't buy this event. I don't, like, I'm being completely honest. If you're going this event, demand a refund. I've seen people on eBay actually selling the tickets.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them.
It's that bad. Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins, their careers will die. We're gonna see Rock and Cena again next year.
Yep.
Fucking Dolph Ziggler is fucked if he doesn't win. Alberto Del Rio is shit. Jack Swagger is equally as shit.
And
The
also,
Undertaker will
the
end
problem-
CM Punk's career.
The problem is, like, just going back to the Alberto Del Rio Jack Swagger match for a split second here. The problem
Ryback
is,
will drop Mark Henry on his head.
hang on, you're jumping way too far ahead now. Going back to Jack Swagger and Alberto Del Rio, they had such a chance to make this one of the biggest rivalries going into WrestleMania, but they lost it. And Glenn Beck, because of what he said. And it's not WWE's fault that he decided to puss out and go, oh, I'm too busy doing anything else. But it's just this, they could have tried a little bit harder, I think. Like, really piss off the Tea Party and Fox News. You did it, and then they stopped talking about you a day later. And that's the thing, you really had a chance to make an impact and really get people to check this shit out. And I don't know, I feel like that I didn't have much optimism for that rivalry, but when the Glenn Beck and media coverage started, I thought, hang on a minute, there's something they can do to really push WrestleMania and not just have it as Rock versus Cena 2. There's really something they can do. No, because all they care about is filling The Rock's bloody wallet with as much freaking money as he can, and then he can go off and do whatever film he wants.
It's bullshit, and I hate The Rock. I can't believe I've never said I can't believe I'm saying these things. The Rock, growing up, was my hero, and I want him to crawl in a hole right now.
I don't blame you though, because it doesn't feel
off,
like
mate.
he's being a champion.
I just don't care, and I'm getting to that point again where I want to leave because I just can't fucking bear this shit anymore.
I really can't either, and I might join you there actually, because I just can't. I can't. 5 years in a row of just bad WrestleManias,
You know,
and
fool me once, shame on you.
fool me
twice,
5 times.
shame on me. Fool me 5 times, die WWE.
I mean, I just think
Ugh.
this is supposed to be your big thing, and I've not been blown away since WrestleMania
this
22.
is it. This is the biggest event of the year, and you don't care about it. So if you don't care about it, then why the fuck should I care about it?
No, they do care. Only
No, they
about The
don't
Rock
care.
and Cena.
If
That's
did,
all they care
wouldn't
about.
book this shit so far, like they should have booked it far in advance, not like 2 weeks before the event.
Yeah, pretty much. We was,
They gave a fucking wank. You know what's ironic? We said we didn't want to talk about Reed Flair's death because we wanted this to be upbeat. This is probably the most depressing episode we've ever done.
that is quite ironic. It really is. But I don't know.
Also, there's a car alarm outside my house.
Great, thanks for that. But frankly, I don't want to talk about it any longer. And lucky for us, we're coming up to the end of the show. So I think our parting words, Andrew, should just be: if you've ordered WrestleMania, why? We've mentioned.
I think it'd be more acceptable if you order it with friends, with like 6 people, and just pay like.
I think I'd rather order porn. To be fair, I'd rather spend $70 on porn.
I would.
You'd have more of a fun time.
Fat.
But I think the thing is we've come on here.
Mate.
We've come on here and we've mentioned WrestleManias that we really liked, that we thought was fantastic, that we know is going to be better than WrestleMania 29. I will honestly, I say this now, and I'm going to speak for Andy here because I don't give a shit. if WrestleMania 29 is really good, we will sing one of the WrestleMania theme songs. And you know how much we hate singing, despite the fact we seem to do it a lot.
Okay, I agree to that, but I don't even know what fucking songs are.
Exactly. We'll find something. But anyway, I think we're hitting the end of the show, so we should probably wrap it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to remind you, my name's been Andrew Kwan. I've been with Andy Kwan, and we'll see you next week.
I'm